Detective Rebecca Lawson stared at the crime scene in disbelief. The room was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional shuffle of the forensic team and the hushed whispers of her colleagues. The victim, Emily Carter, lay lifeless on the plush carpet, her eyes staring blankly at the ceiling. It was a brutal murder that shook even the most seasoned investigators. Emily, a renowned philanthropist, had dedicated her life to helping others. The motive behind her murder remained elusive, and Rebecca felt the weight of the case pressing down on her shoulders. As she surveyed the room, she couldn't help but notice the personal touches that adorned the space: a framed photo of Emily and her husband, Daniel, smiling on a beach vacation, and a handwritten note expressing love and gratitude from a child whose life Emily had touched. Rebecca approached Daniel, who sat in shock in a corner of the room. His eyes were red, and tears streaked down his face. She knelt beside him and gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "I know this is incredibly difficult, Daniel, but I need you to help me understand what happened here," Rebecca said, her voice filled with empathy. Daniel took a shaky breath and recounted the events leading up to the tragic discovery of his wife's body. He explained that he had been away on a business trip and returned home to find the front door ajar. Panicking, he rushed inside and discovered the horrifying scene in the living room. Rebecca nodded, absorbing the information, and promised Daniel that they would do everything in their power to bring justice to Emily. As the investigation progressed, Rebecca discovered that Emily's philanthropic work had earned her both admiration and enemies. The list of potential suspects was long, but one name stood out: Victor Malone, a disgruntled former employee of Emily's charity organization. Victor had left the organization under acrimonious circumstances, claiming that Emily had betrayed him. Rebecca and her team tracked Victor down to a rundown apartment on the outskirts of the city. The confrontation was tense, and Victor vehemently denied any involvement in Emily's murder. However, the evidence against him was damning, and he was arrested. As the trial unfolded, the prosecution presented a compelling case. Witnesses testified about Victor's animosity towards Emily and his threatening behavior. The forensic evidence, though circumstantial, seemed to link him to the crime scene. Rebecca felt confident that they had the right man. However, as the trial reached its climax, a surprising twist emerged. Emily's husband, Daniel, took the stand unexpectedly. He confessed to a secret affair with a woman named Sarah, whom he had met during one of his business trips. Daniel admitted that he had been planning to leave Emily for Sarah, and the motive for the murder shifted from a disgruntled employee seeking revenge to a husband seeking a way out of his marriage. The courtroom was stunned into silence as Daniel's confession unfolded. Rebecca, too, felt a mixture of shock and disbelief. The motive had shifted, and the case took an unexpected turn. The defense seized on this revelation, arguing that the evidence against Victor was weak and that the true culprit was Daniel, seeking a way to escape a marriage that had lost its luster. As the trial continued, the emotional toll on Rebecca intensified. The lines between right and wrong blurred, and she found herself torn between justice for Emily and the realization that the victim's own husband might be the perpetrator. The courtroom drama reached its peak as the defense and prosecution clashed, each presenting their version of events. In a shocking turn of events, Sarah, the woman at the center of the affair, took the stand tearfully. She confessed that she had been the one to discover Daniel and Emily's troubled marriage. Consumed by guilt, she had killed Emily in a fit of despair, hoping to free Daniel from a loveless marriage. The revelation left the courtroom in stunned silence. Sarah's unexpected confession unraveled the case, exposing the hidden layers of betrayal and desperation. Rebecca, emotionally drained, questioned the nature of justice as the truth unfolded. The boundaries between victim and perpetrator blurred, and the investigation became a painful exploration of love gone wrong. In the end, justice prevailed, but the cost was high. Emily's murder was solved, but the lives of those involved were forever changed. As Rebecca reflected on the case, she couldn't shake the profound sense of tragedy that hung over the investigation. Love, betrayal, and desperation had collided in a way that no one could have predicted, leaving scars that would linger long after the trial concluded.